live.
We are live. We're going to have a theme song. And when we go live, we'll just start the theme song, so we won't have to say we're live anymore.
There literally needs to be like blackity blackity.
Yeah, theme song. I actually try to think about a way that I could load that on here and start it, because you can like load on
so cool.
You can load on video clips and things like that feature before you're live, and you can play it. Have you seen that feature?
I haven't, but I'm more than happy to try it out.
Okay, under the brand section, video clips, you could either do a countdown or you could do like your own video clip.
Oh, so we need to definitely do that, because
you could have a whole intro.
Yeah, we definitely need an intro now. It's kind of a thing. We kind of need it.
Oh, so we need to definitely do that.
Oh, my voice just clicked over. My bad. Why am I late? Hey, Ted.
Hey, Ted. Good to see you.
It's great to see you. Ted is the only person that's watching his Dark Materials, and I feel like because of that, we now have a bond.
Wait, they adapted it?
Yeah, it's on HBO Max.
What?
Yeah, and it's way closer to the books now. Way closer.
Wow.
We'll definitely talk about it. But yeah, we're just giving everybody a moment to come click in. You know, we give y'all that quick second or two to go ahead and realize we're live. I know it's a lot of people live doing various things right now. So I understand if, you pop in, say what's up to us, and pop in, say something else to somebody else. Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. We have some fun things to discuss today.
I know. I'm so excited for this official announcement.
Yeah, I think it's crazy because we planned it. And then we set it up, and then we were like, no, we're going to wait. And now that we announced it, it got way more love than I thought it was going to.
Really? I thought it would do well because people are always things in during Black History Month.
Yeah, you're right.
We have so much going on. We have Read So Lit. We have Blackathon. We have Black Author-a-thon. What is it called?
Black Author Readathon. Wait,
there we go.
I have a list. I wrote it down in my reading planner, selfish plug. But it's Blackathon, Read So Lit. It's Blackathon with Jesse, Bookish Realm, and Novelush, I think. Okay. And then obviously Read So Lit with Dee Dee from Brown Girl Reading. Black is Lit, I think, is Seji. And then the Black Authors Readathon, and it's like a Black authors, specifically romance. That's with Steph's Romance and India, and they have a couple other hosts that I kind of forgot to kind of forgot to write their names down. So I'm sorry about that. But those are the ones that I know about that are Black specific. On top of the fact that we have also, if you guys remember, we announced that we had a year-long Black Readathon or Black Reading Challenge. And what better month to start knocking off some of those challenges than this month?
Yes, you can build the most epic TBR that can really check off some of the challenges in our Reading Black Challenge for 2021.
Yeah, for the whole year. You can knock out a lot of them just by participating in some of these readathons.
All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and get started.
Yeah, that's what playback is for.
I get
do this. My best friend finally got a Kindle and read Clap When You Land. I appreciate seeing things like this.
That's amazing. Clap When You Land was definitely one of my highlights from 2020.
Definitely. Everything Elizabeth Acevedo does is a highlight.
This is facts. I get so excited when I hear she's coming out with a new book. I automatically just go pre-order. I'm just like, can I just be on your auto buy list for life?
I feel like Black Prose in its entirety deserves to be on a reading, a newsletter where it's like, hey guys, I'm thinking about writing something.
I agree. This is facts. I just never expected to like her books as much as I have, which is a nice surprise because I usually don't stan young adult authors to this level.
I also don't do a lot of slam poetry style. Like her style, I don't normally go for. But without audiobooks, I would have never like it's the way that she reads her own words that made me fall in love with her stuff more.
I agree. I honestly feel like her audiobooks being there, read by her, performed by her, make her books even better, which is that is such a huge compliment, I think.
Yeah. Because it's just like, the beautiful voice that is Acevedo. Blessings upon us.
All right. I think we're going to go ahead and get started with this announcement. We don't want to keep y'all here too long. We know there's a lot going on. We want you to go ahead and enjoy your Sunday. But this is our official Black Book Summit announcement. We just want to take the time to announce the panels that we're going to be hosting each Saturday in the month of February, which begins tomorrow and is also Black History Month. And we also want to be talking about the panelists that we're going to be having on. So I will let Brittany take it from here.
Okay, so basically mark your calendars because on top of all of the fantastic readathons that are happening this year, we are actually going to be doing 4 panels. So every Saturday there will be a panel starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hold on, I wrote this down. I wrote it down because
the other time zones.
I wrote the other time zones down because I'm like, everybody deserves to like hear their time zone. So, well, and this is based off of the people that we normally reach. So it will be every Saturday of February at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 7 p.m. GMT. So this is like the middle of the day for us, but like this was the only time that we could get as many time zones as possible, not staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning trying to hear us.
Yes.
We do want to have a pretty good audience when we're doing these panels, and plus this opened the door for us to include some UK. We have some UK panelists, and we have some a panelist from Nigeria. So it opened the door for us to reach out to some more Black booktubers. Also, this is another way for if you are looking for more content creators of the melanin variety, you can meet some of them on our panels.
Yes.
Oshley and I will be hosting. Troy will be our tech person this time. So the first panel will be on Saturday, February 6th. And that will be the unsung booktubers you should know. Now, I know that when you read that title, you think, oh, they're going to be talking about new booktubers. I mean, yes, we're introducing you to 3 booktubers you should definitely know on the panel. We are also highlighting some of the trendsetters in the Black booktube community that don't get the credit that they deserve, because a lot of the reasons that we even have Black readathons and Black events for Black History Month in the booktube community is because of certain Black booktubers that do not have the following that they deserve by now. The people on this fantastic panel will be, I never say her name right, Dequa from Down to the Last Page, Sherry from Insidian Texts and Tangents, and Neeks from Neeks.
That's always the easiest one.
I know. I love saying that. I'm like, Neeks from Neeks. And that actually, Oshley will be hosting that one. So that's going to be our first panel of our first Black Book Summit. Just choice.
Yes, which is going to be, again, this Saturday, February 6th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. GMT.
Yes. And I agree, Miss WSA Reader. I think that the times are good because we figured Saturday we might get a little bit more action than Sunday evening when people are trying to think about work. So the next panel is Saturday, February 13th. And now that I'm realizing that that's the day before Valentine's Day, we should have swapped the two. We should have did romance first. But this is our reading for pleasure versus views panel. And that's kind of self-explanatory. I will be hosting that one. And our panelist for this one will be Bree from Locked Booktician, Tati from Musical Tati, Dee Dee from Brown Girl Reading, and Erica from The Broken Spine. So I look forward to having this chat with these ladies. It's going to be, I think that particular panel is going to be fun. So
Yes.
I have questions already for them. So I can't wait for that to be a thing. But I know which panel a lot of you are waiting for. On Saturday, February 20th, Oshale will be hosting the Romance and Its Variety panel. And we have 5 booktubers for this one. We have Ashley from The Book is Realm, India from Life is a Page Turner, Steph from Steph's Romance Book Talk, Meeks from Meeks, and Noria from Chronicles of Noria. And it's going to be very interesting to see how you wrap this one, because
I am so excited for this. It's gonna be a circus, but in the best way possible.
It is. It's just like novelist said, let the monster smut begin.
I'm crying.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so the next and final panel of this year's Black Book Summit will be on Saturday, February 27th. I will be hosting, and we will be specifically talking about Afro sci-fi and fantasy, where my goal is to introduce you guys to some book clubs and book events that are specifically centered around Afro sci-fi and fantasy. Also, let you guys know which Black booktuber was the reason that we really have this section in such a large grouping in the first place. So again, we are paying homage to the originators. Good question, Jasmine. These panels will be live here on our BookTube channel. So we've already scheduled all of our lives for the Black Book Summit. So you're actually able to go to each one and set the notification bell to remind you, which is always a reminder, set your notification bells. We all know how YouTube is, but everything will be done and broadcasted from the Black Prose Club YouTube channel.
Yes. So just so you're aware, they will all be taking place on this channel that you're on right now.
Yes, and I should also just remind people, for those who have just come to Black Prose because of the Black Book Summit, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who have been here for a while, you guys know that we are also reading Escaping Exodus this month. So if you would like to join us, we will be having the book discussion that is specifically about Escaping Exodus on February 21st. At 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, on all of our socials, like we do every month, I will post a schedule of everything that Black Prose is doing. So again, you'll be able to set notification bells, remind you guys, I am a huge planner. So we made sure to plan all of this stuff out in advance. And then if you're also looking for something entertaining, we do have Monday Night Podcast, where we talk about topics that are not always book-centered. We do talk a lot about life and being Black. And so if you want to understand the Black experience from 3 Black chicks, come check us out on Monday nights. Again, the schedule will be going out tomorrow, so you can mark it on your calendars and such. Does anybody have any questions?
I love when you do announcements because you're so concise and yet thorough.
I wrote notes. I literally just read the notes that I wrote. I wrote a script so I wouldn't veer off at all. I too am looking forward to this Escaping Exodus thing because my book came in the mail yesterday. Yes. Because I got it from Sister Sci-Fi. So it came yesterday. So I'm looking forward to this conversation because this will be the first book that we talk about for 2021. Yes. So
I'm so hyped to finally get into this. I have decided that I'm going to start reading it this week so that everything is fresh in my mind for the talk. And it's so interesting to me because I feel like we must have some type of weird mystical pulse for the universe, because I feel like whenever we get interested in a book and it becomes our book of the quarter or month or whatever, either I then start seeing it everywhere on Bookstagram, or like several months later, a lot of people will start reading it. And I think that's really interesting. So I started seeing people posting it on Bookstagram for their like Blackathon TBRs and like other Black Readathon TBRs. And I was like, this is hysterical. Because I had literally never heard about this book before Troy picked it. And now I'm seeing all of these people putting it in their TBRs. I mean, all these people, I mean, like 4 people, but still, it's not a very prolific or highly publicized book. So,
well, I'm glad that it's getting some love then.
Me
I
too.
think it missed a couple prompts for the Blackathon.
Yes, it does, because they're focusing on, I think,
the traveler aspect.
Traveler, yeah. So I think that's probably what it was. But I'm still really excited to be a part of this communal, bigger conversation about this book. And we didn't even really plan to be, but it just coincides so perfectly. So. Yeah, exactly. So it's perfect.
Also, Escaping Exodus covers, I'm looking at the Black Prose 2021 Reading Challenge. It covers, which one does it cover?
I don't know if it's specifically.
Actually, it's considered Black sci-fi and fantasy, right?
It is.
So it's an author I've never read. So for me, that will cover the read a Black SSF author you've never read. And Erica from Broken Spine says that the sequel releases February 23rd. How fitting.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Yeah, so we can pretty much we have the conversation 2 days before the release of the second book. How fitting.
That's amazing.
Yes. We need to promote that more. Because ironically, reading a Black author's second book release is on this. I don't know if this is their first book, but shoot, how great is this?
So great.
Oh man. Okay. Well, yeah. I look forward to the Escaping Exodus. Again, if you have not purchased Escaping Exodus and you would like to purchase, Black Prose never encourages spending that your budget cannot handle. So if you are on a budget and cannot buy this book, we do recommend the library. And we recommend apps like a cloud library and Hoopla, where if you don't have the ability to go to the library, you can check out books online through library apps. So that is something that we definitely encourage to check out. Do not break your budget trying to join the book club. That's not what we support here.
Yeah, definitely try to get it from the library if you can find it. I would have gotten it from the library if my library had a copy.
My library did not have a copy, which is something else we're going to have to talk about one day.
I hope that one day we'll be able to put together like a book bundle of, books that we've talked about on this channel and within this club, and maybe offer them at a discounted rate for y'all. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, we're definitely hoping to team up with some Black bookstores. That way we can highlight Black businesses and also give you guys places where you can get hopefully right now what we're trying to do is trying to figure out if there's a way that we can do a 2021 Black Prose bundle where you would be able to buy all of the books that we're reading for the year. But that is something that we're working on.
Yes.
Oh, that's another thing. Steph also brings up a good point. If your library doesn't have it, you can request. So some libraries let you request. And one of my library lets me request, but they take forever. But requesting books helps build your library. Because sometimes, not even sometimes, we all know that with a lot of Black books, unless it's the Black trauma that gets publicized and praised, a lot of our other genres of books do not get the same kind of love. So if we want to keep encouraging that idea, we do recommend that you go ahead and ask your library for these books, because it just shows them that we want it.
Yes, I agree.
Also, another question we got was Escaping Exodus is being read the first quarter of the year. So this year for Black Prose, instead of a quarter, we're doing every 2 months. That way, we don't want people to feel like they have to speed read. So we're giving everybody 2 months to read. And that's why the first book discussion will be in February instead of March like it normally is. So We're doing every 2 months this year. Um,
purposefully did because we wanted to read more books. This gives us, an opportunity to read 6 books in 2021 versus 4 books, which was last year's count.
yes. And we were told that if you have Scribd, the audiobook is on Scribd. Look, I have Scribd and I didn't even think to check for the audiobook.
I didn't
I
either.
didn't think to check. Shoot. Well, that's another venue.
Oh my
So
goodness.
look at that. Look at us providing ways for us to get the book. I appreciate everyone that just offered, like, that works. Because I use Hoopla. What is it? I use Hoopla, Cloud Library, and Scribd. Those are the 3 that I use. And then my library lets me take them out too.
I use my library through Libby, the Libby app, Hoopla. I also have a subscription service to an audiobook, one audiobook a month, which is Libro FM, which I highly recommend that if you have Audible, you should switch over to Libro FM instead. Because
why is
they
Libro
actually
FM better?
Well, first of all, it's always better if you can support Amazon a little less. The other thing is that Libro FM actually dedicates a lot of their efforts and profits to independent bookstores of your choosing in your area. So when you sign up, they'll ask you which independent or small bookstore do you want your, monthly subscription cost or fees to go to. And you can either pick one in your area or they'll just put it into a general pot where they divvy it out, which I think that's an amazing idea.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Wow. Yeah, that sounds like, I mean, I don't use what is it, Audible?
Yeah, the hard thing for me with Audible is that they have kind of created this monopoly where a lot of audiobooks are specifically only made for Audible and they're not available anywhere else. So, for example, the Mariah Carey audiobook is only available on Audible right now. You cannot get that audiobook from your library.
Wait, is Mariah Carey reading her book?
Yes.
See, that's not fair. We deserve to hear Mariah's story from Mariah.
No, she is reading it.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't want to get Audible to listen to it though. Like, I want to be able to check it out.
That's what's so frustrating. And they have this thing now where they're getting famous actors to read certain classics. Like, for example, they have Rosamund Pike reading Pride and Prejudice and, like, et cetera, et cetera. So you have these, like, really great actors reading these classics, but it's only available on Audible. It just kills me.
That's really not fair. I don't support these actions.
It's like they're trying to, I understand what they're doing. They want to make themselves stand out, but then at the same time, they've created a monopoly. So it's like, I searched for days, when the Mariah Carey's book came out, trying to find the audiobook everywhere. And then I realized it was exclusive to Audible.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get how Amazon works. Yeah, that's also true. A lot of the other apps don't work on Amazon devices. That is also a fact, which is wild to me. Yeah, like when I do ebooks and stuff, I have to download them to my iPad because I can't do them to my Kindle, which I think is just really ridiculous. But yes, those are all the ways that you can get a chance to get your hands on this book. But if you're going to do a bookstore, we do recommend that you look for a small business bookstore. Let's try to keep them in business. We know that we love to normally go in and sit down and enjoy the revelry of being around fresh, brand new books. But since we can't, a lot of them have gone online. And so we just recommend it. I got mine from Sister Sci-Fi. I get a lot of my Black fantasy sci-fi from Sister Sci-Fi. So it's one that I can actually vouch for. I will start venturing out and trying other bookstores. That way I can give you guys more options for if that one doesn't work. But that's something we're working on. Fingers crossed to getting a bundle one of these days.
Right, exactly. That's what we're working towards for sure for y'all.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the last couple comments. See, I love StreamYard, but StreamYard also, like, I can see the comments showing up on YouTube, but it takes a while to actually make it to StreamYard.
It does.
Yes, this is why we encourage other means other than Audible, and why we remind people that there are other ways to get your hands on books without having to buy them, because we do want you to participate, and we like having discussions with you guys, because you guys always have the best discussions with you guys. So we want to give you all the options that we know of, because sometimes you just be broke and you just want to read.
Exactly. And I mean, I grew up going to the library, and that is how I was able to access the large amount of books that I read growing up. And it just kills me now that these companies are coming up with all these ways to make reading exclusive, and I don't think that's okay.
Yeah. I'm just like, wow. So we're really trying to get rid of libraries. Like, why?
Exactly.
It's just, yeah. So here we support all of our people. But does anybody have any questions for anything that we're doing for February? If you have questions about the Black Summit, also, I would like to answer the question that I've gotten in my DMs a couple of times. Um, by not being on the panel, it doesn't mean that you are not a booktuber who talks about a specific genre of books, i.e., romance. It does not mean that we don't consider you a booktuber. It also does not mean that we don't consider your booktube content valuable. We understand this is the first time that we're doing it, so I understand the excitement and the want to be on the panels. I do understand that, but just understand this is kind of our beta year. We're testing it out to see how it works, because if it is something that we can actually pull off, we do plan on expanding it. So it's one of those things where, like, I got some really weird DMs after it was posted, and it was like, well, I hope that I'm a part of this panel. And it's just like, wait, weird.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't even know how to respond to that, because it's just like, wait, what?
yeah, it's not that. It's not that. Whatever you think it is, it's not that. That's all I have to say on that.
We we have a limited number of spaces. You guys don't understand, like, the people that we reached out to, we had to narrow it down from the people that we reached out to. That doesn't mean that your content is not valuable, and it does not mean that your content is not good. So please, I'm being nice about this, but some of y'all came at me in my DMs real sideways, and I can tell that you don't really watch my content or Black Prose, because I could have hurt your feelings, but I didn't.
Exactly.
So support the project, support Black Prose. Like, we didn't forget you. We are trying to expand this so that it can encompass more of us, and that way we'll be able to do more panels, and we'll be able to do just more. But to do more, we have to start somewhere. So with that being said, this is my only warning. Calm down. Calm down
yourselves, please.
Because
we hope to continue doing these, and you don't want to piss us off when we're starting, because then you'll never be on a panel.
It's like, I get it, wanting to, like, be a part of something. I totally get it. But this, in the words of Noria, like, the effing audacity.
I love her.
If you've never heard Noria speak, then you know that is like Noria's. Also, hold on. My mom has just jumped in the FaceTime.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like, it's understandable to want to be a part of something. That part is legit. We totally get it. But the way that you approach, oh my gosh.
She knows. She just knows you need her.
Right. I'm like, Ma, can you let me finish? Like I was saying, it's not that we don't. It's like we're still scouring YouTube, trying to find content creators. YouTube is too much already. So, like, I get the excitement, but we treat Black Prose like a business. So approach us like a business, and with less attitude would be
please.
Very much. It would just be. I'm trying to think of nice ways to say this. Help me.
Don't be an asshole. The end.
I I was sitting here trying to avoid.
Please don't be an asshole.
But yes, basically, we thank everybody that is excited about this. We thank the panelists for wanting to join us. And we're just hoping that we can expand further next year. So, in the words of Oshley, do not be an asshole. Just come to us. It's real odd. I want you guys to understand also, like, we can see when you start following us. So don't follow us and then send us this message about how much you love us. We can see the lies. The lies. The lies.
Like, so-and-so started following you 2 hours ago. I am obsessed
right.
with
It's
your
like,
content.
I'm like, wait. It's like, Black Prose loves uplifting other Black people, but like, come on, man. You gonna follow us 2 hours ago and then like
we may have been born at night, but it was not last night. Okay. We understand the game that you're running, and it's not going to work here. We are all 3 college educated, very intelligent Black women. We don't play these games.
It's literally like all I can do is laugh because that was just one thing I was not anticipating. Like we've been planning this we've been trying to figure out the best way to present the Black Book Summit, like the beta test that we're doing this year, for a couple months. And then the graphics have actually I've been working on the graphics all month. So I was just excited to release the graphics because the Black Prose logo looks good, black and white. It
looks so good.
Like, wow, we look sexy, cool. Like I already have the Angela Davis look in the logo. So right. Black and white made it look even more Angela. So I was down with this. But yeah, we just want you guys to come and have fun. We will be taking questions in the audience for our panels. It's just, but we do have questions that will already be pre-made just so that we can keep the conversation going. This is the first time that we're leading panels. That's another thing that's like, this is a new thing for Black Prose. This is the first time we're leading panels. And surprisingly, none of them are about diversity.
Stop. The shade of it all. I mean, that's a perfect segue into why we decided to do this.
Yep.
So essentially, as Brittany touched on earlier, we just wanted to celebrate this month. You know, after everything that happened last year with the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter protests and the brutality that's been happening.
SARS.
And just everything. SARS, oh my gosh. Everything that happened last year that was basically displaying the trauma that this world evicts on Black bodies, and you're able to see it in Technicolor. We were like, you know what, this year we understand that it is important to know our history. Black History Month is about highlighting the heroes, the Black American heroes that really paved the way for Black liberation all over the world. And we understand that, and we think it's important to know the history, to know the pain, suffering, triumphs. But we just want to have fun this year. We want to celebrate. We want to talk about ourselves and our content and the unsung Black booktubers, and we want to be proud of ourselves, especially those who don't get the recognition they deserve. We want to talk about, you know, reading for pleasure and what that means to us, and juggling that in the content creator space with, you know, content that people are also going to want to watch. We want to talk about Black SFF because it's never talked about enough. We want to talk about romance.
To talk about Black smut.
Yes, like we just want to have a good time with y'all. We want to laugh. We want to kiki. We want to celebrate.
Because listen, we like we consider ourselves being very outspoken and very activist and very pro-Black. But sometimes, like, why do we always have to have panels about the trauma? Why do we always have to have discussions about the fake allyship when it's our turn to talk about something? Let's have fun. Let's laugh. Let's talk about the thing that brought us to YouTube in the first place, and that is books.
Yes.
So that's what we're hoping we bring to this, because, like, Black is the innovator, the creator, and most imitate. So it's like, if they're going to imitate, let's give them something real good to imitate.
Yes. So we're so excited about this. we would really love your support. We would really love for y'all to come watch the panels, ask great questions, and engage with us, in the comments, get to know everyone on the panels a little bit more. And hopefully you can find some new people to subscribe to, and some new people that even if you are subscribed to, maybe if you didn't know something about the reading taste, get to know them a little bit more.
Also, and we always have to be controversial. Yes, Black History Month is a time to uplift Black people. We do not do fake allies here. We do accomplices. Also, if you feel the need to follow a new Black booktuber, I'm going to need that energy to watch them as well. Because
engagement is so important.
Engagement is more important than subscribing at this point. So you would be better off not subscribing and watching their content as opposed to subscribing and never pushing play ever. So
right.
we don't want that to happen either, because that messes up their numbers, and we don't want to mess up their numbers.
Exactly.
So keep that in mind. Like, we are being mindful about that. And it's something that amongst Black booktubers we talk about, but we won't always talk about it. Yeah. So we saw it happen in June.
Oh God. Did we ever?
Listen, we saw it happen in June. We saw it. Now, we don't need that kind of energy. We need genuine energy. And we need that kind of support where it's like, yes, you found us because of a Black Summit thing, but you enjoy our content just like everybody else, because at the end of the day, we're talking about books. Mm-hmm. And if you can't find a genre that you love, because we all find genres that we love. So the color of your skin shouldn't denote who you listen to when they read book or when they talk about books. And if it does, you should ask yourself why.
Absolutely.
Engagement, people. Engagement.
Engagement. But yeah, so we're super excited for this. I feel like I keep saying that, but I really am.
It's because this is brand new for us.
Also, our DMs are always open. So if you're looking at these panels and you have a question that you would like to be a part of the moderator questions, like Brittany and I will be moderating a lot of these panels. So if you just have a burning question that you're afraid that we might not get to if you put it in the chat, because things might get really lively with the discussion, you can DM us. If you just have a question that you're just like, I really want this question to be asked on this panel, you can DM us on Instagram and on Twitter, so we can make sure that we prioritize your question.
Yes, because we love having you guys input. Like, sometimes comments that you guys put in the chat have sent us into some of the funniest conversations we've ever had on Black Prose. So we really want to make sure that we engage with you guys in the audience as well. Also, and another thing, I forgot, I need to also clarify. We're not saying that if you're like a Black booktuber or something, like, don't message us, because it's much easier for me to notice that you exist if you be like, yo, what up? I'd love for y'all to check out my channel. That's cool. Just come at us correctly.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Even if you're just a booktuber, it doesn't have to just be Black. If you're a booktuber, that's fine. Just come at us correctly.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I'm trying to think if we have anything else to say. I don't think so.
If you're not following us, again, we have our socials on the screen. So Black Prose Book Club is our Instagram, and then Black Prose Club is our Twitter. Both of those, we post any information on one, it will be posted on the other. So you can follow either or. We'd love if you followed both. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We are almost at 500. We really want to get to 500 so bad. And also, if you'd be so kind, please like this video. Engagement is a lot to us as well. And I think that, will we be playing the theme music before each panel?
Oh my goodness. We totally had a whole discussion about this at the beginning of this live.
Oh man, listen, if you guys know any talented, musically inclined people who would love to help us create a theme song, that would be so amazing. We're currently trying to figure out how we're going to start the panels right now, because if you guys remember the reading challenge video, there is an intro video that is freaking fantastic. I think we should use that one because
I would like to say thank you so much. That was me on the vocals.
It was Oshale on the ones and twos.
Yes, I would like to thank my little recording app on my iPhone and my throat being like properly, moisturized that day for me to hit those notes.
But yeah, we're definitely trying to think of something like that because like I said, it would be really cool. So we're trying to figure this out. Steph also said your voice is so hot. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the compliments. This just opens up a whole new career path for me.
I'm deceased. Listen, that blackity black thing though. Like, listen, what if like everybody just randomly sent voice messages of the blackity black thing and we just combine them all into one?
That would be amazing.
Like everybody's singing read blackity blackity. That would be so amazing.
It would truly be a group effort to get our theme song.
Okay, Blair Imani on Instagram just had someone make her a short theme song for her Smarter in Seconds video, and it's great. Okay, so we're gonna go check out Blair Imani and ask her who she had,
right. I really enjoy her Smarter in Seconds. Little
videos.
So
that would be so freaking funny. I think what we might do, I think tomorrow, what I might do is put it on Twitter and Instagram and say, like, if you want your voice to be a part of the intro,
yes,
here's the original. We need you to sing it just like this and send it in. That would be
amazing. And then they can send it. You can send it to our email so that we'll have access to it. And we can put it together. And then we just need like a producer or somebody to meld it all together. This is going to be amazing.
Oh my God, I can't wait to tell Troy.
This is going to be amazing.
If we pull this off, we're going to slow clap this, okay?
Oh, man.
To think, if that actually becomes the thing, I just want you to know I will forever laugh when I hear that. Why? But when I first heard it, I died.
I honestly don't even know. I was, when you're editing videos late at night and you're just halfway delirious, and I was like, it just seemed like a good idea in that moment. And so I just went with it. Oh gosh.
Wow.
But sometimes the best ideas are like that. Like they're just on a whim all of a sudden.
Honestly, I mean, we got Throwback-a-thon from Novelists. We got Naked from Tati.
Y'all are our best collaborators and like idea generators.
Yeah, it only makes sense that like now it's just like, of course you guys gave us another idea. See, and people have said they repeated it a couple of times. So we might listen. Because you know how Black people do when they get something, all of a sudden a downbeat happens in the middle of it.
Yes. The beat drops.
Like, we should post that and be like, here's a contest. Somebody remix this.
Yes. That'd be lit.
That would be amazing. Listen, Black people are I just love y'all. And I love the Black Prose fam because we really be out here just
doing the most.
The absolute most. And y'all be supporting us and egging us on to do this. Like,
oh my God, I love it.
That also reminds me, I totally forgot. So in the month of February, we will also be announcing Throwback-a-thon for March. And y'all are not ready.
Y'all ain't ready.
At all. Because there's going to be merch.
I know. I'm so excited about this, y'all. I'm so excited. This is not an official announcement, but if you made it to this live, then you get a sneak peek announcement.
There's going to be merch, and we're going to be highlighting a Black artist that you guys should be checking out. And we're just going to be blackity black again. But don't worry. If you're participating in this particular readathon, there will be stickers that coincide that work perfectly for the Melanin Eclectic Reading Planner.
Oh my God. Okay, Aisha, that's Siri's twin, black twin.
Oh, that was perfect.
Wouldn't that be amazing if you had options on Siri? You could have Siri. I think they do have options, actually. I think there's a male voice.
Options. I don't want the male voice, though. I need a woman to sweet talk me.
Oh, God. I've never had the male Siri.
I would use Siri a lot more. Well, let me recorrect this. If he was like tall, dark, and deep voice, he could be Siri's voice for me. I'll take that. Because you do know there's a Clubhouse. If you have an iPhone and you use Clubhouse, there is a Clubhouse that actually meets every Thursday and Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. I think it's 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's called Black Men with Beards Who Read. So you just send them requests to read things. So they read like poetry, song lyrics, or whatever, and they have these really deep, beautiful, sultry sounding voices.
It's kind of amazing. Brittany introduced me to this recently because I didn't know what Clubhouse was. I mean, I guess it's a new thing, and I was amazed.
It was beautiful. I mean, I've seen some other book clubs and stuff on there, but because it's only iPhone, I don't know if, like, we're still deciding if Black Prose is going to have like an open discussion type thing on Clubhouse. That's something we might do, but because it's only iPhone, I don't think it's inclusive.
It's not.
And so we don't want to leave any of you guys out, because the way that Clubhouse works, it's kind of like just an open discussion area where you can bring people on stage and like talk with them. And we'd love to have that kind of conversation with you guys and just chat with you guys as if we're all like on a Zoom together. But they haven't bought it over to Android yet. So we know a couple of y'all are hardcore Android novelists. Too bad.
Not to mention like one third of Black Prose is Android.
Yeah, 1/3 of Black Prose is Android as well. So until they move, if they open it up to Android, then it's definitely something that we're going to be looking at doing for Patreon members. But right now, it's fun. It's an enjoyable thing as a participant. It's kind of nice not leading anything on that.
Right, right.
We're just
Speaking of our Patreon, we are looking to increase our $5 tier. So if you would like to support us with your funds, with your money, we would absolutely love to have you on our $5 tier. That is the tier that we are focusing on at the moment. And I do believe we have an exclusive podcast up on Patreon right now.
Oh, yeah,
actually quite interesting.
Was that the Bridgerton one?
Yes, if you want to know about our thoughts on Bridgerton, I believe we also, what else did we talk about? We talked about rhymes and adaptations. We talked about a lot of stuff on that podcast. That was actually quite interesting. So I was listening to the playback and I was engaged. So there you go.
What is it? And if you're wondering what the heck, like, why do we need y'all money from Patreon? It's so you can get things like merch and stuff from us. That's basically what it is. We have something very special planned this year that is, when I tell y'all, this is a project that I've thought about doing. I presented the idea to the girls last year, and it is a lot bigger. It's turning out to be a lot bigger of a project than we expected. But if we manage to pull this off completely, y'all are gonna be shook.
I know. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, but the extra money is helping us towards that. Plus, it gives us the ability to reach out when we don't have the knowledge to do something ourselves, and we're able to pay the artist or the tech or the developer or whatever we need. We're able to pay them and not come directly out of our pockets, because we love Black Prose, but we also have our own brands and our own bills to pay.
Right.
That's all we're asking for. We have ideas, and some of these ideas require some extra funds. That's all.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, like we're going to leave you guys alone for the night. This isn't one of those super long podcast nights. However, if you missed our last podcast, it was basically big sisters talking to the younger siblings. It was the things we learned in our 20s that we would like to tell you guys so that you don't waste your time doing it. If you missed that, it is definitely up on our channel. So you can go check that out after this because we're getting ready to say goodnight.
Yes, we are going to leave y'all now. Thank you so much for coming to the announcement. We'll see you this Saturday, February 6th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to check out panel number 1, Unsung Black Booktubers.
Yes, you guys have a fantastic night.
Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to seeing y'all on Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.